Head coach Bart Lundy here with us. Final score today, 95-71. Queens takes down Wingate, fifth straight win in the rivalry. You jumped on them early, jumped out to a 10-0 lead right away.
Yeah.
This team, once it gets it flowing, they shoot lights out, and this team keeps it going. You shot 56% from the game, so John and I remarked early in the broadcast it was 81% for about halfway through the first half.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to go in a stick. The flow of this team, when things are flowing offensively, just how good are you?
Well, I think we're pretty good. You know, we guard and we rebound, and if we shoot it well, you know, we're hard to beat. You know, I would say, you know, we always talk about taking away the aspects that can lose you the game. We rebounded at such a high level, and we shot it at such a high level, but we still have things to be concerned about. Not to complain about a 24-point win, obviously, but you know, the turnovers were. I told them at halftime, you know, if you guys would just, you know, get shots, we were shooting 69%. But we had 12 turnovers, so you know that's something to clean up. But I knew we were going to come out and play well. Just the focus and the intensity of practice and shoot around, and just looking into their eyes, I thought we were ready to play.
It's funny because we were saying this throughout the game today, that if you look at Wingate's box scores late in the game, the numbers started to taper off. But at halftime, throughout most of the early portion of the second half, it wasn't a box score that necessarily read poorly for them. So was it one of those games where just everything was falling, and maybe that's why such a sizable margin against a team that's tied for third place in the league entering today?
Well, I do think we jumped on them early and got that lead, and we were able to, you know, they made a couple of runs at us, but we had a little cushion. And then we made another run in the second half, you know, whatever, midway through. We pushed it out to 15-16, but they chip away at it. But then we made that run. So I think the start really helped us. If you don't start like that, it could be a different game. But you know, I did think that that they had 16 3-point attempts in the first half, and I told them at halftime, like, we can't give up that many 3-point attempts, and they ended up with 30, but a lot of those were very late. I thought we did a better job of not over helping. A couple times we did, but you know, to limit their 3-point shots, I think that's where they're really dangerous.
I want to ask you about defense. I don't know that we talk enough about defense. You and I talk off the air all the time. You commit to help defense, you're going to win a lot of college basketball games. That's kind of the great equalizer, right?
Yeah.
Where does this team rank defensively compared to teams in years past of recent memory that you have said are flat-out elite teams? The defense seems to have been there lately.
Yeah, I think this team, maybe not physically, they're not as dominant defensively as some of those teams were, but their attention to detail and their focus and commitment to guarding, maybe the best that I've ever had in my years as a head coach. It really is their focus and their intensity that make us good. You know, we're not overwhelmingly big or long. We are exceptionally quick, I think. And we rebound it well. You know, with Sean and Lou really rebounding at a high level right now. But I do think it's their attention to detail. When you tell Kenny Dye and Josh Brodowitz to do something defensively, they don't do it. They don't do it, you know, 90%. They do it 100% of the time. And you know, Daniel Carr's an elite defender. Sean's really gotten better, and his focus has gotten so much better defensively. He guarded arguably one of the most efficient players in the nation tonight, and did an unbelievable job. Didn't get in foul trouble. You know, all the things you worry about. So I do think their attention to detail is as elite as I've seen.
Last thing I want to ask, we focus on Sean Willett, Daniel Carr, Louis Diankulu, the returning players who have put up just gaudy numbers all season long and in many ways have propelled you to this moment. 13 straight wins again. How about Blake Morrow? This is back-to-back games in which he has been in double figures. He has come off the bench. I know he was nagging, he had some nagging injuries early in the year. He looks 100% healthy now. What dynamic does Blake now add? Someone that we haven't really talked all that much about because he did battle injuries to miss some time.
Well, you saw it tonight. You know, we went through a lull where we didn't score, and he came off the bench, and all of a sudden, pop. You know, he's 2 old-fashioned threes in a row, 3-point plays in a row, and that kind of pop off the bench really helps. And you know, he's really a great driver. You know, for a while with the knee, he was just shooting it. But really, what he does is he drives it well, and he's a willing passer, so he can score at the rim, and he's making good plays. So. You know, we've got to find more of that. You know, I think Kevion coming on, Jermaine. You know, you get to see Jakai. You know, his athleticism. You know, he's still coming with the knee injury. So that's, I think, to me, that's our swing vote. Is what's going to happen with that bench. You know, what are we going to get from that bench when it's, you know, real money on the table. You know, where's that bench going to be? And you know, I do love those guys, and I think they understand their importance. But, you know, Blake's really given us a boost.
Well, it was a sizable win in the rivalry game, 95-71, the final score over Wingate. Bart, congrats. Thanks for the time, and good luck. Tough stretch coming up here, so good luck.
Thanks, Phil. You're always the best, man.